Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's Sunday preview. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Sunday preview. Fight for the fate of Middle-earth with the Battle of Osgiliath. A roar of battle echoes from the first captain of Gondor as the forces of good and evil clash on the banks of the Anduin. Next week marks the release of a new starter set for the Middle-earth strategy battle game, a new Underworlds warband, and more. Let's get to it. So you can check out the little clip right here if you want to, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at everything. So here's the Lord of the Rings Battle of Osgiliath. So this has been available for order for quite some time now, and Games Workshop did guarantee if you ordered this that you would have it by Christmas. Now the cutoff date for that may have already passed. I'm not actually sure, but it appears it's actually coming out now. So this should be available for pre-order again for anybody that didn't pre-order already next Saturday. From what I understand from Lord of the Rings players also, there are some exclusive models in this set that have never been released before. Overall, it looks like a pretty nice set. Quite a bit of miniatures in it. The terrain looks pretty cool and everything. And I'm pretty sure this is a starter set for literally everything you need to play the game. From what I've seen in the comments and interactions on the channel and everything, it sounds like this has been pretty well received. It seems like it's a pretty cool set. The only real complaint I've heard about it is the majority of the models are re-releases, but that's typically how GW does stuff. They'll put a couple of nice new models in a box set initially, give you an incentive to buy that box, and then if you don't, down the line, those models will be available separately. So it looks like that's what's going on here, and it looks like this will be out here next week for pre-orders. So nice set for the Lord of the Rings players out there. Fight for good or evil with this huge new box set that contains 54 miniatures, including a new plastic version of Faramir, Madril, Damrod, and Gothmog on foot and on a warg, plus 2 sets of brand new Gondor ruins. A starter rules manual for the Middle-earth strategy battle game is included to get you playing straight away, alongside a set of scenarios to play out the Clash of Osgiliath. And then next we have the Middle-earth strategy battle game rules. So rules available separately here as well, and then digital. Get the most up-to-date rule set for the Middle-earth strategy battle game with this 224-page book available on hardback and EPUB formats. It contains the core rules and folds in all existing FAQs and errata, bringing it totally up to date. And then next we have the Middle-earth dice sets. So you guys know how I feel about GW's dice. They are really nice quality, and actually I really like all these dice. They look nice. They're all really easy to read. I'm a big fan of when the dice are dark and the pips are light because it's very easy to read, and obviously that's the most important thing. Unfortunately, we know these are going to be overpriced, but man, do they look nice. So got to give it to them. Definitely like the Eye of Sauron on here. Pretty cool. And the tree and everything. Very nice. Call on the power of your favorite faction when making those all-important dice rolls with these 4 themed dice sets. There are 2 from the good guys, Minas Tirith and Rohan, then 2 for the bad guys, Mordor and Isengard. And then next we have the Ring Bearers. So all invisible form models right here. Forgeworld are also re-releasing the Ring Bearers, a set of 5 classic miniatures. There's Frodo Baggins, Bilbo Baggins as a master burglar and as an older hobbit, Isildur, and the Rascal Golem. They're cast in clear resin, so you can swap them out and play to represent the One Ring's power of invisibility. Okay, so that's kind of neat there. Coming from Forgeworld, obviously, clear resin, so yeah, I mean, neat to have those invisible ones for in-game play, I guess. Next we have Warhammer Underworlds, the Gnarlwood. So Grinkrak's Looncourt. So these guys are super cool. They are loaded with personality. This is the new Gloomspite Gits warband for Underworlds. Very cool. I like the little squig hopper guy. He's got like a cool little horn, little hammer on a stick type thing. We've got a dude. There's a guy underneath this shield right here, and then another one standing on his shoulders, shooting a squig from a giant slingshot. Squig on a stick to poke stuff with, like mushroom blow darts. I mean, very cool. Really, really loaded with character. Definitely like these guys. Grinkrak is ready to lead his Looncourt retainers into the Gnarlwood. This knightly band of brothers is motivated not by greed for shiny objects, but by their king's oratory and a healthy dose of conscientious expanding mushrooms. All 70 of these sniveling squires must work together to overcome the nasty foes they will face. And obviously comes with the cards as well. And then we have the Fearsome Fortress. So new rivals decks as well for Underworlds. Breathe new life into the old Warhammer Underworlds warbands with the Fearsome Fortress, a new rivals deck. Control and manipulate the board state with these fiendish gambits and updates to achieve unique objectives, which make your toughest fighters even harder to take down. Check out a sneak peek on the cards within, which can also be used in Nemesis and Championship formats. Alright, and then on to Kill Team. We have Kill Team, Critical Ops, Tactical Ops mission cards. Alright, so expand your Kill Team experience with a new deck of Tac Ops cards that include missions and maps cards, allowing you to jump straight into balanced match play games with your friends. You can even spice things up with random draws and bidding structures to build your missions. So I wish they had a little more info on those. Is this just going to be all of the Tac Ops and missions from the existing Kill Team's books, and they're just put into cards so you can shuffle them up and pick instead of like randomizing with a dice roll, instead of having all your books around? I'm really not sure. I would imagine it's probably something like that. Doesn't specifically say if they're like the old missions or the new missions, I don't think. So interesting. And now a quick message from this week's sponsor. This video is sponsored by CMOgames.com, where you can get 15% off most Games Workshop pre-orders, and they go live right at midnight Saturday mornings. CMOgames.com offers free shipping on orders over $25 in the US 48, and most orders ship within 24 hours. CMOgames.com has been selling Games Workshop products online for more than 20 years, and customer service is their top priority. CMOgames.com carries the full line of Games Workshop products, including 40k, Age of Sigmar, Kill Team, warcry, paints, hobbies, and tools. Visit CMOgames.com using the affiliate link in the description below so they know you heard about CMOgames.com from Warhammer Man Studios. Now, back to the video. And then we have for Horus Heresy, the Legion's Astartes Scorpius Missile Tank. So again, one of my absolute favorite tanks from Forgeworld coming into plastic in the Games Workshop range. Gotta really give it to him. You guys know I'm not a fan of Forgeworld or just really resin in general. I much prefer the detail, like simplicity and uniformity of plastic. And honestly, the plastic is so much better now than Forgeworld just because you don't have to do all the extra prep work. Everything comes exactly how it should be. Everything fits together perfectly. None of those issues that you have consistently with Forgeworld. So gotta absolutely give it to them. They have pulled over pretty much like all my favorite units. All they need to do now is just start doing the big stuff. If we see a plastic Thunderhawk gunship in 2023, this will be the best Warhammer year ever, in my opinion, of course. But this thing is super awesome. Really, really cool. Definitely a fan of this. I would imagine this is going to be pretty popular, assuming the rules are still pretty good on it, but very, very cool. By far cooler than like your typical like whirlwind style tank. This thing is absolutely awesome. I love the overall just look and style of this thing. I mean, everything looks great on this. Even like the smoke launchers are awesome. Very, very cool. Definitely a fan. Requests for heavy artillery have been approved. The Scorpius missile tank is ready to roll on the battlefields of the Horus Heresy and provide fire support. Even if it fails to turn a tactical squad into a smoking crater, it may still leave them pinned and unable to act. You know, one thing that people have said over and over again, I don't play Horus Heresy, obviously like fairly familiar with it and everything, but one thing people have said is, and I may be mistaken on this, but there's still no new models for assault marines or an apothecary. That has been like the two biggest requests from people. They're like, where are the assault marines and the apothecary? So let me know if that is still the case. I don't remember ever having seen them come out, but definitely curious on those because they seem like pretty obvious choices if you're a Games Workshop to make those, especially if there's this much demand for them, which I have heard constantly over and over again for those two units in specific. And next we have White Dwarf, number 483. Got a little Voton action on the front, a battle report, 40k map campaign rules, 44 exclusive campaign cards, a gallery of Horus Heresy Primarchs. Our Kill Team expedition heats up. So, you know, I gotta say also with the White Dwarfs, GW is really doing a poor job letting us know what's in here because there have been now 2 different times recently when something was in a White Dwarf and I had no idea it was going to be in there and would have definitely been the difference between me buying it or not buying it. So I think Games Workshop's having trouble like enticing people with the White Dwarf. I would definitely like a specific breakdown of what's inside. And even if you're not going to do that, at least let us know when there's like cool cardboard cards and stuff like that that are only available in White Dwarf. Because that's the type of thing that's going to get me to buy them. And they haven't been telling people. So I missed like some of the Kill Team cards that came out recently in one of these. And I would have definitely bought it if I had known that. So the marketing department for White Dwarf needs to step their game up. All right, and then we've got some officially licensed product, Panini Warhammer 40,000 Dark Galaxy trading cards. Okay, so they have tried the trading card thing a couple times and it has never worked particularly great. After the success of the Warriors of the Emperor stickers and sticker album, our pals at Panini have created Warhammer 40,000 Dark Galaxy Trading Card Collection. This new official collection consists of a core set of 225 cards comprising 150 only war cards, 75 special cards, 500 parallel cards available with special finishes that are harder to find. Okay, so I don't really know what any of that means. I mean, the core set part, 225 cards, makes sense. 150 only war cards, 75 special cards. So that's the core set. But what is 500 parallel cards available with special finishes that are harder to find? I mean, are they just, is that the 225 cards with 2 different finishes? I don't know. Again, not doing a great job explaining this. You'll be able to kick things off with the starter set, which contains a collector's album card binder, 3 packs of cards, and a map of Dark Galaxy. Or you can go bigger with a blaster box or even a mega box with even more cards. So it says it in the regular pack. The starter set comes with the album binder, 3 packets of cards, and a map. Or you can go bigger with the blaster box or mega box. And this one is the blaster box, and it says it comes with 5 packets per box. So it's 3 in the regular box, 5 in the blaster box, and then I don't know if it's going to be 10 in the mega box or what. Next we have Steve Jackson Games. Steve Jackson Games Munchkin Warhammer 40,000 on Warhammer Age of Sigmar. So you have some Munchkin games right here. Cool for like younger players playing with family around the holidays, etc. Interrogator merchandise. So a couple of shirts for the Interrogator series. Hoodie doesn't look too bad. The actual like graphic on this doesn't look particularly great though. It looks like, you know, you had your kid do it with some finger paints. So that is it for this week's releases. So we do see the Lord of the Rings Battle of Osgiliath going to be available still for pre-order, but the following week should actually be available to be able to pick up. So super cool for all the Lord of the Rings fans out there, and some nice stuff to go along with it. You know, and if you are a Lord of the Rings fan, I'm sure you already know this, but definitely check out Zorp's channel. He is big time on the Lord of the Rings stuff. Does all kinds of like epic boards and cool stuff. Very, very cool. So if you're into that kind of stuff, check him out, because you may be surprised with some of the stuff he's doing. Definitely taking everything to the next level. And then these are pretty cool overall. Gotta say, some nice stuff here. These are awesome. I really, really like these models. These are absolutely great. If I played Underworlds, I would definitely pick them up. Who knows? They may end up in my collection at some point in time. And then some more cards and everything for Underworlds. These things got me a little bit enticed. I'm definitely curious about this. We'll have to see when we get some more details as to exactly what's going on here. If these are all the old missions compiled into a card deck, or if they are some new stuff in here as well. Definitely curious about that. And this has got to be the coolest of the new releases for me. I absolutely love this tank. This thing is absolutely awesome. So very, very cool. Lots of cool stuff coming here. Let me know what you're most excited about. I know the Christmas boxes got everybody real excited. I'm definitely looking forward to getting a hold of mine. I know a lot of people have been able to get a hold of the ones they wanted. A couple have already sold out. The Stormcast one and the Squigalanch are gone for the Sigmar stuff. And I imagine it's just a matter of time before some of the 40k boxes go as well. So let me know what you think. What are you most excited for these releases? How many people out there play specifically Warhammer Underworlds or Lord of the Rings? I am always curious to hear back from the community as to those players. Let me know in the comments down below. But that's it for today. Going to go ahead and wrap it up there. Special thanks to CMO Games, and I appreciate each and every one of you out there. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already. Put out these videos every single day. Reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion tutorials for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, Horus Heresy, pretty much any of the Games Workshop games. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.